Diego Maradona, born the 30th of October 1960, is an Argentine retired professional footballer. He has served as a manager and coach at other clubs as well as the national team of Argentina. Many in the sport, including football writers, players and fans, regard Maradona as the greatest football player of all time. He was joined FIFA Player of the 20th century with Pele, an advanced playmaker who operated in the classic number 10 position. Maradona is the first player in football history to set the world record transfer fee twice. First when he transferred to Barcelona for a then world record £5 million, and second when he transferred to Napoli for another record fee £6.9 million. He played for Argentinos Juniors, Boca Juniors, Barcelona, Napoli, Sevilla and Newell's old boys during his club career, and is most famous for his time at Napoli, where he won numerous accolades. In his international career with Argentina, he earned 91 caps and scored 34 goals. Maradona's vision, passing, ball control, dribbling skills, speed, reflexes and reaction time was combined with his small size, 1.65 meters or 5 feet 5 in tall, giving him a low center of gravity which allowed him to be more maneuverable than most other football players. He would often dribble past multiple opposing players on a run. His presence on the pitch had a great effect on his team's general performance, while he would often be singled out by the opposition. A precocious talent, Maradona was given the nickname El Pibe de Oro, the Golden Boy, a name that stuck with him throughout his career. Maradona played in 4 FIFA World Cups, including the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, where he captained Argentina and led them to victory over West Germany in the final, and won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. In the 1986 World Cup quarter-final, he scored both goals in a 2-1 victory over England that entered football history for 2 different reasons. The first goal was an unpenalized handling foul known as the hand of God, while the second goal followed a 60 meters (66 yards) dribble past 5 England players. Voted the goal of the century by FIFA.com voters in 2002. Maradona became coach of Argentina in November 2008. He was in charge of the team at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa before leaving at the end of the tournament. He coached Dubai-based club Al Wasal in the UAE Pro League for the 2011-12 season. In August 2013, Maradona joined Argentine Primero D Club Deportivo Ristra's staff as spiritual coach. Early years. Diego Armando Maradona was born on the 30th of October 1960 at the Policlinic Avita Hospital in Llanes, Buenos Aires province, but raised in Villafiorito, a shanty town on the southern outskirts of Buenos Aires, Argentina, to a poor family that had moved from Corrientes province. He was the first son after 3 daughters. He has 2 younger brothers, Hugo El Turco and Raul Lelo, both of whom were also professional football players. He was the 5th child and first son of Diego Maradona Chitoro, d. 2015, and Vilma Salvador Franco Donatora, 1930–2011. Maradona's parents were both born and brought up in the town of Esquina in the northeast province of Corrientes province, living only 200 meters from each other on the banks of the Corriente River. In 1950, they left Esquina and settled in Buenos Aires. At age 8, Maradona was spotted by a talent scout while he was playing in his neighborhood club Estrella Roja. He became a staple of Los Cibolitas, the Little Indians, the junior team of Buenos Aires' Argentinos Juniors. As a 12-year-old ball boy, he amused spectators by throwing his victory with the ball during the halftime intermissions of First Division games. He named Brazilian playmaker Rivelino and Manchester United winger George Best among his inspirations growing up. Club career. Argentinos Juniors and Boca Juniors. On the 20th of October 1976, Maradona made his professional debut for Argentinos Juniors. 10 days before his 16th birthday, he entered to the pitch wearing the number 16 jersey and after the game stated, "That day I felt I had held the sky in my hands." Maradona scored his first goal in the Player division against Platense team San Lorenzo on the 14th of November 1976, 2 weeks after turning 16. Maradona spent 5 years at Argentinos Juniors from 1976 to 1981, scoring 115 goals in 167 appearances before his $4 million transfer to Boca Juniors. Maradona received offers to join other clubs, including River Plate, who offered to make him the club's best paid player. Nevertheless, Maradona expressed his will to be transferred to Boca Juniors, the team he always wanted to play for. Maradona signed a contract with Boca Juniors on the 20th of February 1981. He made his debut 2 days later against Talleres Córdoba, scoring twice in the club's 4-1 win. On the 10th of April, Maradona played his first Superclásico against River Plate at La Bombonera. Boca defeated River 3-0 with Maradona scoring a goal after dribbling past Alberto Tarantini and Philo. Despite the distrustful relationship between Maradona and Boca Juniors manager Silvio Mazzolini, Boca had a successful season, winning the league title after securing a point against Racing Club. That would be the only title won by Maradona in the Argentine domestic league. Barcelona. After the 1982 World Cup in June, Maradona was transferred to Barcelona in Spain for a then world record fee of £5 million, $7.60 million, 32 in 1983 under coach Cesar Luis Menotti. Barcelona and Maradona won the Copa del Rey, Spain's annual national cup competition, beating Real Madrid, and the Spanish Super Cup, beating Athletic Bilbao. On the 26th of June 1983, Barcelona defeated Real Madrid on the road in one of the world's biggest club games, El Clásico, a match where Maradona scored and became the first Barcelona player to be applauded by arch-rival Real Madrid fans. Maradona dribbled past Madrid goalkeeper Agustín and as he approached the empty goal, he stopped just as Madrid defender Juan Jose came sliding in a desperate attempt to block the shot and ended up crashing into the post before Maradona slotted the ball into the net. The manner of the goal led to many inside the stadium start applauding. Only Ronaldinho in November 2005 and Andrés Iniesta in November 2015 have since been granted such an ovation as Barcelona players from Madrid fans at the Santiago Bernabeu, due to illness and injury as well as controversial incidents on the field. Maradona had a difficult tenure in Barcelona. First, a bout of hepatitis in a broken ankle in a La Liga game at the Camp Nou in September 1983 caused by an ill-timed tackle by Athletic Bilbao's Andoni Goicoechea, threatened to jeopardize Maradona's career, but after treatment and therapy, it was possible for him to be back on the pitch after a recovery period of 3 months. 1982 World Cup. Maradona played his first World Cup tournament in 1982 in his new country of residence, Spain. Argentina played Belgium in the opening game of the 1982 Cup at the Camp Nou in Barcelona. The Catalan crowd was eager to see their new world record signing Maradona in action, but he did not perform to expectations as Argentina, the defending champions, lost 1-0. Although the team convincingly beat both Hungary and El Salvador in Alicante to progress to the second round, there were internal tensions within the team, with the younger, less experienced players at odds with the older, more experienced players. In a team that also included such players as Mario Kempes, Osvaldo Ardiles, Ramon Diaz, Daniel Bertoni, Alberto Tarantini, Ubaldo Filho and Daniel Passarella. The Argentine side was defeated in the second round by Brazil and by eventual winners Italy. The Italian match is renowned for Maradona being aggressively man-marked by Claudio Gentile, as Italy beat Argentina at the Sevilla Stadium in Barcelona 2-1. Maradona played in all 5 matches without being substituted, scoring twice against Hungary. He was fouled repeatedly in all 5 games and particularly in the last one against Brazil at the Sevilla, a game that was blighted by poor officiating and violent fouls. With Argentina already down 3-0 to Brazil, Maradona's temper eventually got the better of him and he was sent off with 5 minutes remaining for a serious retaliatory foul against Batista. 1986 World Cup. Maradona captained the Argentine national team to victory in the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, winning the final in Mexico City against West Germany. Throughout the tournament, Maradona asserted his dominance and was the most dynamic player of the tournament. He played every minute of every Argentina game, scoring 5 goals and making 5 assists. 3 of those in the opening match against South Korea at the Olympico Stadium. His first goal of the tournament came against Italy in the second group game in Puebla. Argentina eliminated Uruguay in the first knockout round in Puebla, setting up a match against England at the Azteca Stadium in Mexico City. After scoring 2 contrasting goals in the 2-1 quarterfinal win against England, his legend was cemented. The majesty of his second goal and the notoriety of his first led to the French newspaper L'Equipe describing Maradona as half angel, half devil. This match was played with the background of the Falklands War between Argentina and the United Kingdom. Replays showed that the first goal was scored by striking the ball with his hand. Maradona was coyly evasive, describing it as a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. It became known as the Hand of God. Ultimately, on the 22nd of August 2005, Maradona acknowledged on his television show that he had hit the ball with his hand purposely and no contact with his head was made, and that he immediately knew the goal was illegitimate. This became known as an international fiasco in World Cup history. The goal stood much to the wrath of the English players. 1990 World Cup. Maradona captained Argentina again in the 1990 World Cup in Italy to yet another World Cup final. An ankle injury affected his overall performance, and he was much less dominant than 4 years earlier. After losing their opening game to Cameroon at the San Siro in Milan, Argentina were almost eliminated in the first round, only qualifying in 3rd position from their group. In the round of 16 match against Brazil in Turin, Claudio Caniggia scored their only goal after being set up by Maradona. In the quarterfinal, Argentina faced Yugoslavia in Florence, the match ending 0-0 after 120 minutes and Argentina advancing on penalty kicks. Despite Maradona missing one of the penalties in the shootout with a weak shot to the goalkeeper's right, the semi-final against the host nation Italy at Maradona's club stadium in Naples at the Stadio San Paolo was also resolved on penalties after a 1-1 draw. This time, however, Maradona was successful with his effort, daringly rolling the ball into the net with an almost exact replica of his missed shot in the previous round. At the final in Rome, Argentina lost 1-0 to West Germany, their only goal being a penalty by Andreas Brehme in the 85th minute after a controversial foul on Rudi Völler. 1994 World Cup. At the 1994 World Cup in the United States, Maradona played in only 2 games, put at the Foxborough Stadium near Boston, scoring 1 goal against Greece, before being sent home after failing a drug test for ephedrine doping. In his autobiography, Maradona argued that the test result was due to his personal trainer giving him the power drink fuel. His claim was that the US version, unlike the Argentine one, contained the chemical and that, having run out of his Argentine dosage, his trainer unwittingly bought the US formula. FIFA expelled him from USA '94 and Argentina was subsequently eliminated in the second round by Romania in Los Angeles. Maradona has also separately claimed that he had an agreement with FIFA on which the organization reneged to allow him to use the drug for weight loss before the competition in order to be able to play. His failed drugs test at the 1994 World Cup signaled the end of his international career, which had lasted 17 years and yielded 34 goals from 91 games. Retirement and honors. Hounded for years by the press, Maradona once fired a compressed air rifle at reporters who he claimed were invading his privacy. This quote from former teammate Jorge Valdano summarizes the feelings of many. He is someone many people want to emulate, a controversial figure, loved, hated, who stirs great upheaval, especially in Argentina. Stressing his personal life is a mistake. Maradona has no peers inside the pitch, but he has turned his life into a show, and is now living a personal ordeal that should not be imitated. In 1990, the Konex Foundation from Argentina granted him the Diamond Konex Award, one of the most prestigious culture awards in Argentina, as the most important personality in sports in the last decade in his country. In 2000, Maradona published his autobiography Yo Soy El Diego, I Am the Diego, which became a bestseller in his home country. 2 years later, Maradona donated the Cuban royalties of his book to the Cuban people and Fidel. On the 22nd of June 2005, it was announced that Maradona would return to former club Boca Juniors as a sports vice president in charge of managing the first division roster after a disappointing 2004-05 season, which coincided with Boca's centenary. His contract began the 1st of August 2005, and one of his first recommendations proved to be very effective, advising the club to hire Alfio Basile as the new coach. With Maradona fostering a close relationship with the players, Boca won the 2005 Apertura, the 2006 Clausura, the 2005 Copa Sudamericana and the 2005 Recopa Sudamericana. On the 15th of August 2005, Maradona made his debut as host of a talk variety show on Argentine television, La Noche del Ten, the night of the number 10. His main guest on opening night was Pele. The two had a friendly chat, showing no signs of past differences. However, the show also included a cartoon villain with a clear physical resemblance to Pele. In subsequent evenings, he led the ratings on all occasions but one. Most guests were drawn from the worlds of football and show business, including Ronaldo and Zinedine Zidane, but also included interviews with other notable friends and personalities such as Cuban leader Fidel Castro and boxers Roberto Duran and Mike Tyson. Maradona gave each of his guests a signed Argentina jersey, which Tyson wore when he arrived in Brazil, Argentina's biggest rivals. In May 2006, Maradona agreed to take part in UK's Soccer Aid, a program to raise money for UNICEF. In September 2006, Maradona, in his famous blue and white number 10, was the captain for Argentina in a 3-day World Cup of indoor football tournament in Spain. On the 26th of August 2006, it was announced that Maradona was quitting his position in the club Boca Juniors because of disagreements with the AFA, who selected Alfio Basile to be the new coach of the Argentina national team. In 2008, award-winning Serbian filmmaker Enrique Storica made a documentary about Maradona's life entitled Maradona. On the 1st of September 2014, Maradona, along with many current and former footballing stars, took part in the Match for Peace, which was played at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome, with the proceeds being donated entirely to charity. Maradona set up a goal for Roberto Baggio during the first half of the match, with the chip-through ball over the defense with the outside of his left foot. Unusually, both Baggio and Maradona wore the number 10 shirt despite playing on the same team. On the 17th of August 2015, Maradona visited Ali bin Nasser, the Tunisian referee of the Argentina-England quarter-final match at the 1986 World Cup, where Maradona scored his Hand of God and paid tribute to him by giving him a signed Argentine jersey. Personal life, drug abuse and health issues. From the mid-1980s until 2004, Maradona was addicted to cocaine. He allegedly began using the drug in Barcelona in 1983. By the time he was playing for Napoli, he had a regular addiction, which began to interfere with his ability to play football. Over the years following his retirement, his health seriously deteriorated. On the 4th of January 2000, while vacationing in Punta del Este, Uruguay, Maradona had to be rushed to the emergency room of a local clinic. In a press conference, doctors stated that it was detected heart muscle damage due to an underlying health issue. It was later known that traces of cocaine were found in his blood, and Maradona had to explain the circumstances to the police. After this, he left Argentina and went to Cuba in order to follow a drug rehab plan. On the 18th of April 2004, doctors reported that Maradona had suffered a major myocardial infarction. Following a cocaine overdose, he was admitted to intensive care in a Buenos Aires hospital. Scores of fans gathered around the clinic. He was taken off the respirator on the 23rd of April and remained in intensive care for several days, before being discharged on the 29th of April. He tried to return to Cuba, where he had spent most of his time in the years leading up to the heart attack, but his family opposed, having filed a judicial petition to exercise his legal guardianship. Financial problems. In March 2009, Italian officials announced that Maradona still owed the Italian government €37 million in taxes, €23.5 million of which was accrued interest on his original debt. They reported that thus far Maradona has paid only €42,000, 2 luxury watches and a set of earrings. In popular culture, the American newspaper The Houston Chronicle wrote about Maradona. To understand the gargantuan shadow Maradona casts over his football-mad homeland, one has to conjure up the athleticism of Michael Jordan, the power of Babe Ruth and the human fallibility of Mike Tyson. Lump them together in a single barrel-chested man with shaggy black hair and you have El Diego, idol to the millions who call him Diego Juniors, a mashup of his playing number and the Spanish word for God.